As India heads into Union Budget 2026, one word dominates the pre-budget conversations: capital expenditure or Capex, the backbone of India's long-term growth story. The pre-budget consultations with the states have been happening, and the centre is probably looking at the conversation around higher Capex support. And their demands now include compensation for even the GST revenue losses, the increased spending on urban infrastructure, the stronger rural schemes, and a bigger push for housing programs. And this comes at a time when the global economic environment remains pretty uncertain. There are trade restrictions, tariff tensions, and geopolitical risks continue to cloud the growth visibility. Despite this, the government now appears committed to its Capex-led growth model, viewing it as the key anchor for economic stability and the long-term expansion. Industry sentiments also remain pretty supportive at this point. Engineering major Larsen & Toubro expects government capital expenditure to rise by around 10% in FY27, building on the nearly 11 lakh crore rupees Capex that was allocated in FY26. Most experts see the big Capex number to come around 12 to 12.5 lakh crore rupees in FY27. The emphasis, however, is not just on the higher spending, but also on better execution and timely completion of infrastructure projects, which is critical for India's developed economic ambition. Now, the private sector is also expected to step up investments in the calendar year 2026. There are many reports that are suggesting a strong domestic consumption, low inflation, softer interest rates, and continued government spending as key metrics to improve the corporate confidence. Sectors such as FMCG, consumer durables, they are likely to see higher investments as capacity utilization also continues to increase. Remember, Budget 2026 can also put the spotlight on future-ready manufacturing. As per many reports, the government could roll out Capex and output-linked incentives under the Drone Shakti initiative, aimed at accelerating domestic drone manufacturing too. In addition, small aircraft manufacturing could also receive targeted incentives, strengthening India's civil aviation manufacturing ecosystem. Infrastructure financing is another area of focus. According to many reports, the government is also considering 25,000 crore rupees risk guarantee fund to revive stalled infrastructure projects, a crucial step that could give India what India needs, nearly $2.2 trillion in infrastructure investment by 2030 to truly achieve their $7 trillion economic goal. There are multiple reports that also indicate that the upcoming budget could feature higher Capex support to the states, including the GST loss compensation. There could be continued focus on infrastructure-led growth, a possible 10% surge in the government Capex to 12 to 12.5 lakh crore rupees odd. Measures to crowd in the private investments, especially in consumption-oriented sectors, newer manufacturing incentives, like we mentioned, maybe under Drone Shakti manufacturing system or for small aircraft manufacturing, a proposed 25,000 crore rupees risk guarantee fund to revive the stalled infrastructure projects as well. So the bottom line truly is that if these measures materialize, Budget 2026 is set to keep the Capex firmly in the driver's seat, supporting growth, attracting private investments, and building future-ready industries, even as global uncertainties continue to persist.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.